Alright, you guys, so got that wall covered up like we wanted to do. This wall's covered up, and the funny thing is, you can kind of see the window behind there, but that's only coming up on the phone. I can't even really see it with my own eyes. The phone's picking it up, so it's definitely looking a lot better. Just got to get more black fleece so I can go all the way down. And I think my girl and I actually made a decision to just go ahead and just carry the fleece on all throughout here, that whole entire wall, and going ahead and just get the fleece. I'm not gonna do everything in here, but I'm just gonna start off at that wall and carry it on out wherever it touches. So if it starts off at this fleece here or the screen itself, then it kind of is what it is. And then I need to just go on ahead and grab some more LED strips and then go down. I'm not going to go all the way down to the screen because it's going to wash out in case we're like watching like a TV show or any type of previews that might be up on the screen. And then our 6-foot USB extensions came in. So what I'm going to do is these extension cables, I'm going to throw these behind that fleece, run it all the way down, and then it's going to go either into the computer, it's going to go into that power outlet that's over there on that side. So, and then sometime I guess next month we'll probably go ahead and end up getting these up on risers and then getting in the next row of another couch and another love sofa. So I definitely want to have this room looking so much better. And then we need to get a black rug that's going to go all the way across, at least up here in the front. I'm not so much worried about in the back, so I'm going to have to just measure that out. I don't know exactly how long that is. I think it's probably 12 feet. No, hold on. About 9, probably 9.5 feet. Because I know that these towels are, I think, a foot long. So I'll probably try to do it where it's maybe, I don't know, 10 feet across. So it's definitely getting there. It's getting a lot better. I did notice that the fabric, like this is the new stuff that I bought today, it's definitely not as black as the one from Walmart. And it's showing on camera for sure. That's only with the lights from the LEDs. This table, it's going to come over here on this side. I think I told you guys before, the Keurig is going to go on top of that. And we're going to buy a popcorn machine. It's going to go on top of that as well. These raggedy boxes, those are coming out. The projector is actually going to sit on top of a shelf. I was going to look at a wall mount bracket, but the problem is the studs are far apart and I'd have to take that fleece off the wall. I'm not going to deal with that. So best option is just leave it be until we get a shelf in here and then just throw the projector on top of that. Unfortunately, it still has to sit upside down because, again, I don't understand why they are the way that they are with their lens shifts, but you know what? Hey, it is what it is. I bought the projector. So far, I've been happy with it too. These speakers I'm actually thinking about taking down off the wall again and sanding them down because I hate that bedliner paint that they have. So I'm gonna use the same paint that these speakers have in the back wall and finish them off like that. And then I also need to get in contact with Soundtown because I need these same brackets here. These brackets are freaking awesome. I love them. So let's go ahead and fire the projector up and see what it looks like. Also, I had to pick up one of these, the Logitech 665. I did have the remote before this one, the 650, and that remote was kind of a pain in the ass. I will admit that. So HTPC, receiver's on. Just gotta go back here and turn the QSCs on. And then what I'm thinking about doing, actually what I will do, I'm not thinking about it, I'm just gonna do it. I'm going ahead and put all these QSC on all these QSC amps on smart switches. So there's a total of 5 amps, 4 QSCs, 1 Behringer. Behringer's for the subwoofer. As I told you guys before, I have wood out in the garage. We'll show that off here sometime next week. That's when I'll go in and start working on that project. So far, I'm happy that this is done in here. I'm happy that it's all blacked out. So the second subwoofer is going to go up underneath there. I'm going to try to slide it underneath the screen. If anything, I'm going to have to take these tacks off over here and get behind the screen. But let's see how we're looking. Hey Google, turn off theater lights. Didn't hear me. Hey Google, turn off theater lights.
Sure, turning off 2 lights.
So we ain't looking bad right now. I'm gonna rotate this projector a little bit, kind of shifted. It's kind of hard to move. There we go. I still can't wait to get this screen straightened out. We have to go to Lowe's because I still gotta get the support beam for over here on this side and straighten it out. And that should put a bunch of tension on the screen. I know it won't be perfect. And then if I have to put tension on the bottom of the screen, then we still have the option to do that. So what I'll end up doing is just buying weights, and that'll put the tension on it that we need. But I cannot wait to hear this thing with the second sub. So far, a lot of my echo issues have went away, and that's thanks to this stuff here. This stuff is awesome. But yeah, guys, I'm definitely gonna have to buy some more fabric some more fleece for up in the ceiling. And so what I'm gonna have to end up doing is figure out now where my front height Dolby Atmos speakers are gonna go and my second height Atmos speakers. And once I get that figured out, I'll go on ahead and start running the black fleece up along the ceiling. And as I said before, we're gonna have to run some more LEDs. I was gonna run down over here. I might end up buying some more LEDs. We're gonna put them over here on this side as well, just to help balance it out. Unless I need it super bright in here, that's when I use the chandelier. And this other light over here. Other than that, I don't even touch them. I just use the smart lights that we have up in here. So far, guys, we're definitely in love with this movie room. ACU EQ on Onkyo really doesn't sound that bad. I don't know how it would compare to Odyssey, which I know I can't really touch it, but it would be nice to see Onkyo get way more serious with their receivers. I mean, if you're gonna put 2 outputs, they need to be discrete, so that way you can time align, you can do everything from the processor itself. Number 2, there is no reason why that Behringer should have to be sitting there. I mean, honestly, these companies know that we're buying these, processors. The processor itself should be responsible. I'm not going to say this receiver because it has onboard amplifiers, but what I'm saying is a dedicated, processor itself with straight XLR outputs. They have the room for it, and that's not really asking a lot from the machine itself. One thing I will say, I know I've seen a lot of people complaining about not Onkyo. They used to get hot, but Denon, Marantz, those get really hot. I'm not gonna buy a fan for the Onkyo because it's the first machine on top, and it doesn't make any sense when it can breathe itself. 2, I've never noticed this thing really ever hot. This thing's always been cool to the touch. So that's why I kind of believe that the Onkyos would last a little bit longer just because of that. But you know what? No shame in the game. So I wish Onkyo would, get more serious about that. I also wish that they would come out with something like Arc, like Anthem. Other than that, it's still going to be replaced. It's not going to be replaced. Maybe not this year. Next year we can probably start doing the upgrades, but so far the only thing that I'm really spending money on right now is just getting these lights over a little bit closer to the screen. I just don't want it up on the screen. And then, like I said, we got to run some black fleece all the way across and get it all measured out, and I think we'll be good to go from there. And then the last thing I'm going to spend money on, still going to buy this stuff. So I have to make a list and get it organized and figure out what all to do here. Also, these couches, they don't have, they're not recliners, so just regular couches. So we're going to end up buying at least 3 more footrests like what we have back here. And when they're not in use, we're going to put the footrests, we're just going to stack them up over here underneath this speaker here. And we're still looking to buy some recliners. They don't have to match or anything like that. They don't even have to be leather. They can be cloth as long as they're in a smoke-free home. We'll go in and buy them from somebody and bring them here. So we're not going to put the front row up on a recliner. It doesn't make any sense to. The back row has to be up on a recliner because this image, again, we're getting 180 inches. Another thing that we're going to have to do is buy some more black fleece, go across the bottom. And then I'm going to have to cover these up here, at least for the time being, until the post gets here. And then we're going to go across the very top. And that'll clean it up, get it to start looking like an actual movie screen. And, once we have everything listed off on what we're going to do, I think we'll be good to go. So for our Atmos channels, these couches are actually going to come up closer, and then they're going to sit right up here, and they're going to be angled just a little bit. And same thing with this one over here. These here are actually going to be much closer to the screen. And this will fire at the front couch and the back couch as well. And I think I told you guys the speakers that I went ahead and pick and chose for Atmos. They're the OSD Audio AP650s. No, not the 650s. These are the 670s. They're ported. They use the exact same enclosure, so-called crossover, because the woofer, it's not crossover to anything. It's just the tweeter itself that has the capacitor, and that's about it. So I'm fine with that. The QSC 108 is going to be the one that's going to run all those speakers, and should work out just fine. And it'd just be nice to go on ahead and get in here and get everything done. But man, I'm definitely excited about this room for sure. But we got a lot of work to do. Still gotta get everything blacked out. We're gonna bring this over here. Probably just can't tack it, obviously, but we're gonna do some adhesive. Or I'm sorry, not adhesive. Some command strips, and then we're gonna go across here as well. So that way this is all blacked out. And then I'm gonna do the same thing to the door. And I may just go the cheap way instead of doing fleece. I mean, I should do fleece because it's already cheap enough, but I can just do black paper. But I'd rather have it not look like shit and have it all uniform and, looking nice and neat and clean. But so far, hey, this is what we got. We're working on a limited budget. You guys already know that. Unfortunately, we're furloughed until further notice from Disney, and it seems like, I guess they've taken off the reservations for June. So till then, I'll be sitting right here on my fat ass and watching movies and enjoying the movie room and just enjoying life. So, we're staying positive and just gonna keep on moving one step forward at a time. And we're supposed to have some people over here today, so unfortunately they didn't show up, but you know what? Hey, we're not worried about it. Somebody's still coming over for tomorrow. So we're thinking about, lighting up on the social distancing a little bit and having at least a few people over and, just bring people over for movie nights. That should be awesome. And, we just want to keep people entertained and make sure that, everybody knows that they have a place where they can be entertained. And that's right here at our very own house. So, all right, guys, we'll see y'all in the next one.